Hello and welcome back to some F1 content, to some My Team content. We've got our first race in Albert Park, Australia coming up here. Done everything else in the setup video. If you haven't seen that, go watch it. It gives a bit of a storyline behind Jaguar Racing, bringing them back for revival, seeing if we can get them in championship contention again. Let's get straight into this race weekend. We'll drive as our main driver here, Jack Crawford. See what Vashore can do on his own. Doesn't have many upgrades, so I'm not expecting too much from him or myself, to be honest. But it should be an interesting weekend. So here we are then in our first qualifying in this revived Jaguar. Went out for some laps of anger in practice, got those practice sessions done. So some final words there from Mark before we start this flying lap. Got hot lap boost mode activated. We're on the medium, so it really is just a banker in qualifying 1 here. Hopefully we'll be able to get out of it. Not too sure though. There'll be lots of people trying to get out. A decent first sector. We go green and a slight wobble on the exit there. Nothing too major though. Use a bit of the boost. We're running quite low into this quick left right hander, and then straight out on the exit we use all of our battery that we had left over, but it really isn't much as we go green in the middle sector. Not expecting to put in a massive lap here. Just trying to do a banker, see where we're at. Probably expecting to go slowest, but better than wasting a soft. As we come down the back straight, finish our lap. There you have it. That puts us in P6, so it's actually better than we thought. We've come out for our second lap. First flying lap, the first lap was just a banker on those mediums. We've got the track all to ourselves, so hopefully we can go quite a bit quicker. We said around a second is ideal. Hopefully we'll be finding time everywhere already through that first corner, finding 2/10, making it 3/10 before this hard braking zone. Very smooth coming out of it. Slight bit of skateboarding there, nothing too major. Up 3.5 already, using just a smidge of battery before coming down here, as well as using a smidge of battery. We'll go green in first sector, and we're out of battery here. Have to save some going into the next corner. Only 3/10 up though, which is slightly concerning. and we don't get much battery through there. We use it all instantly, and we're actually gonna go down to 1/10 up now. Do these final sectors, and we're actually in red just before the last turn. However, we do have quite a bit of battery we can use. Get the power down straight out of that turn, using the battery all the way to the line, and we'll only go 2/10 quicker. Pretty bad lap, to be honest. I would have expected a lot more on the softs compared to the mediums. As we said, start our second flying lap here, coming across the line. Hopefully we can improve. We need to improve by about half a second, and to be honest, I don't know where I'm gonna find that pace. I thought it was a pretty good lap, that first one, but we are a lot cleaner through there. We're not skateboarding there. Use a touch of battery through there, not too much though. And then we've saved up quite a bit of battery that we can use down here. Don't want to use it all, but we do. Go yellow in the first. That is not good signs. We're down coming into this chicane. One slightly wide and then cut in. Oh, that's very not nice. And we have no battery to use at all. Still in P17 as people are coming out to do their final laps. We're coming around these final few turns. 1/10 down at the moment. It's not looking good as we run very wide there. Using the battery out of the final turn though, getting the power down. Run to the line. And we are actually slower, which is not good. We will probably be out in Q1. Lando goes fastest, Charles. 5 different teams in the top 5. Carlos Sainz up there, as well as Liam Lawson. Not sure what he's doing, the homeboy in 8th. Valtteri gets 10th with Perez in 14th. The Audi up there, no idea what's going on, as we do get eliminated in Q1 alongside our teammate who comes last.
It's a new day, a new dawn, a new era for Formula One. This is the 2026 World Championship. New regulations, new cars, new fuels, new drivers. Ladies and gentlemen, let's ride. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 14 corners and 3.28 miles to navigate, at an average lap speed of around 120 miles per hour. Close proximity of the barriers make accidents inevitable. Recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race.
Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position with Lando Norris starting from P2.
Entering the rest of the grid, we have
Hamilton, then Piastri, Russell, Verstappen, Sainz, Albon, Antonelli, Hadjar, Lawson, Colapinto, Hulkenberg, Lindblad, Bottas, Alonso, Perez, Ocon, Crawford, Gasly, Stroll, Borletto, Behrman, Vishal.
It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. So I'm sure there'll be plenty to talk about this afternoon, and who's going to talk about it with us? No other than Mary Ship, pioneering a new season, a new dawn, and now 24 cars and 12 teams on the grid.
First of all, this is such an exciting time. But for them today, I guess we would be really nervous. It's the first time we're going to be doing this. There is so much to learn.
So there you have it, some encouraging words from Mark and Naomi there. First race of the season, not expecting much. No one's expecting much from us. So there is going to be a split between 2 stoppers and 1 stoppers. I'm going to start on the 1 stop. However, if tire wear gets too bad, then we will change onto that 2 stop. 33 laps of fuel. I like to put a bit extra in the tank. Here we are. Formation lap in Australia. First race of this career mode. In the Jaguar. Looking absolutely fresh. Back on the grid. This should be an exciting first race. Big surprise from quali. Both Williams got in the top 10. Not sure how that happened, but it did. That was absolutely insane to see. And both Cadillacs, as well as one of the Aston Martins, are ahead of us, which is just crazy given how poor their performance has been in real life throughout the season so far. So we've gone for the 1 stop in this race. Hards to mediums. Seems like quite a few people have done that. Gasly though, behind us, starting on softs. Expect him to get off to a quick start. However, he will be on that 2 stop as we barely avoid Ocon. Or no, we haven't actually. We've ran into him, but I didn't think we hit him. But that is the worst possible start to the season. Five red lights here in Australia. Lights out and away we go to kick off this 2026 F1 season. Gasly just squeezes me and Ocon there to get by. Going into the first turn, pretty clean. Normally big crash at first turn, but we survive. Not harmed too much. And then we actually get 2 there. Slight contact with Hadjar, nothing major though, won't warrant a penalty, not even a warning from the stewards. But great start, 19th up into 11th. Hopefully we can get some more moves on this first lap. However, we are using a lot of our battery and we know that the AI don't use much at all on the first lap. So despite the encouraging signs, this won't last for very long at all. Probably not much longer than this first lap, as we're already out of battery. Up into 8th though, got Antonelli, got Albon down that back straight. Verstappen ahead of us. We don't, in points at the moment, not expecting to score any throughout this race. Be absolute miracle if we did. As we come around these final turns to finish our first racing lap in British green. We had overtake mode, however we just got no battery after using it all on the first lap. Antonelli looks down our inside, we're able to defend him, however we won't be able to this time as Albon also looking for the move. We squeeze Antonelli, can't get ahead of the 4-time race winner in real life. As Albon knocking on our doors. What was he doing there? Trying to do a Lando Norris in 2025 Canada. Trying to find room that's just not there. And we almost get flung into the wall. As for 3, 4, 5. We just got overtaken by 5 cars. Why not make it 6? Why not make it 6? That was just awful. But hopefully we can get some yo-yo effects going on in here like we've seen in real life. Bottas got some good power though. As Colapinto would get around him. Try to squeeze Lawson, couldn't do anything there though. Got some good battery saved up for the back straight. Hopefully we can get past some of these guys again. We've seen a lot of yo-yoing in real life. Hopefully we can see it in game as well. As we're actually not very close to Lawson, so we probably won't be able to get a move done on him. But using some battery down here, right behind Lawson, go down the inside on Lawson and Hadjar, 2 Red Bulls. And we get, can we hold the move? We can, we squeeze Hadjar out of it, but up into 10th now. And Albon starts to pull away from us. And already Hadjar back knocking on our behind. Teammate status. So Vashore was able to move up 1 place off the start. To be honest, better than I expected. I think he's just been overtaken by that Audi now though, so he is in last. But to be honest, 65 rated driver, not expecting much from him at all. Not expecting the AI drivers to get points, probably until next season. Maybe we might be able to squeeze a few in, but I doubt that. As we go around Lawson here. Yo-yo effect though, we got not much battery, so he will probably find his way around us down this straight, and already instantly knocking on our doors as Hadjar also goes for a move, but we're down the inside, and oh my word, Hadjar's still there. How was Hadjar still there? No idea what happened. Think I locked up and slightly spun right into the middle of them. Don't know how Hadjar got there, but Lawson's now a bit away from us. We're going to have to use quite a lot of our battery to get close to him. However, he's clearly recharging because we are closing the gap so quickly. And in fact, we do go around the outside on Lawson. However, with the yo-yo effect, he'll probably come back at us through here. Try to use a bit of battery. We're down the inside. He's still there. We're still here though. We got the inside line. Should be able to squeeze him out. Yes, we do. And in fact, Hadjar gets Lawson as well because of it. No overtake mode. We expect both of them to come back past me either here or at the next turn or next straight. As Hadjar does go down the inside, we have to leave room for him, but he doesn't take it. It's a good start. Things have started to calm down now. Antonelli, everyone's so far away from us as we get Lawson. We get a warning collision. Fair enough. I absolutely slammed into his rear. Hadjar trying to pull away like Lawson did. However, using all of our battery here to get back up. Right behind him. Can we go around the outside? Identical to what we did with Lawson? No! He absolutely covers us off. But we go down the inside and get him on the inside. Because set a purple middle sector with how much battery we used. That just shows the genuine speed of battery compared to harvesting. And we're just going to do some lycoing through these final turns to get some battery to be able to defend Hadjar, Lawson, Colapinto, everyone behind, because it's an absolute DRS train behind me. We've been holding up all of them, to be honest. But I'll continue to do that as we are in 10th. On track for points at the moment. Don't know how much longer that's going to last. I don't think it'll be very long. As we won quite wide down the inside there. Maintain the position, but is that what we wanted? Not sure. As Hadja trying to go down our inside here. We leave room, but he just backs out of it.
As things start to calm down here, let's have a look back at our opening lap in British Green. Coming back on lap 6 here, just being overtaken by Hadjar, trying to get ahead of him. Back to the live recording.
Hadjar's too far away from us so to make any move. So we'll just save some battery through these final few turns to just use it all on the main front straight here. 7 laps down now. In 11th, higher than I would have thought, but you can see on the map our teammate is so far behind that Audi, so we're assuming he'll come last. To be fair, that's what I expected, as Hadjar is actually pulling away from us quite nicely. I reckon we just need to save some battery here. I reckon we're gonna have to wave goodbye though, because there is really nothing we can do. We try to gain on him, but we got no battery at all. 22% is awful. We'll drain it all. He'll pull away, you'd expect, and he is. He's clearly been saving quite a bit of battery to be able to, so not a surprise that the Red Bull is waving goodbye to us in our first race. It was good to be up there, but I reckon this is where we'll see a genuine lack of pace as Liam Lawson in that racing bull overtakes us.
As Lawson overtakes us there, it's a good time to say like, subscribe, comment any suggestions. Lots more videos coming out. Let's get back to the racing.
We go right around the outside of Lawson, get the move done. Expected it to be done with the overtake mode enabled. In 11th, Hadjar is now gone. He's gone as Lawson, having a look both sides of us, almost caught me napping there. And there is just, we've broken away, well, us 4 have broken away from the train, and they will all overtake me. No, Colapinto tried to go around the outside and couldn't get a move done. Mark there saying some nice words, giving us some good advice. We will use it. We go down the inside of Bottas. Lawson, massive lockup. If I was more aggressive, I could have gone down the inside, Did not expect that from him though. So we were unable to do anything. He's clearly seeing some tire wear on those mediums. He does pit after that, fair enough. Pitting lap 9. Signs also in the pit, so possible 2 stops from them. And only now Mark is saying our DRS is low. It's been low for the whole time. Also, I think I said DRS, I meant battery. It's been low for the whole race. I don't know what he's been taking, but he's a bit slow. As Valtteri Bottas does get past us here. We use our boost, try to go down the inside. We do go down the inside. However, he might yo-yo past us around the outside. Not much we can do there at all. So we just tuck up behind him through the chicane and just use our battery out of it like we have done so many times to go around the outside. Every lap we've just been exchanging places through that section as we've actually pulled away from Colapinto here, which is very nice. It's just us two in this fight. Valtteri goes back around us on the main straight. So slow, less than 300 k's is just ridiculous. But we use some battery, try to get past him again. We actually not even that close to him. We're not gonna have a look down the inside. That would have been way too risky, and I don't want to risk anything in our first race here. See if we can even finish the race. Hopefully we can. We're right up behind Bottas now. Use some of this battery. Go around the outside of him early here though, so he'll probably yo-yo back past us. We'll let him go down the inside. I want the outside. Oh no, he wants it too. He goes down the outside. Had to pull out of that because we could have been pinned against the wall if we didn't, as our fighting has meant Colapinto's caught up to us and he's even overtaken me now. We look down the inside of Bottas. Hit his tyre, luckily no damage, but a slight spin had me scared for a second. We were able to save it though, as Bottas now deciding it's the right time to come in on those hards. Colapinto as well. So hard runners coming in now. Albon on the mediums coming in. Clearly they're thinking the 2 stops the fastest strategy. And I'm taking these tyres a lot longer. Only 36%. There's so much life left in these tyres. I reckon we can make the 1 stop work. Different strategy to everyone else. Hopefully it'll pay off and we can get some points maybe. So our team telling us to pit at the end of lap 16 here. Take the medium tyres for 13 laps. I'm gonna go out a couple laps longer on these hards, which means we'll have fresh, quite nice, quick mediums until the end of the race. However, we will be slower, very slow for these next couple of laps. As Gasly right up behind us, he's already pitted. We just wave him past if he actually wants to go. Jeez. And now Hulkenberg behind us. He is in our fight. He's on the 1 stop. He's with the same engine supply as us. This is our battle. Mark's still telling us to box. I'm not gonna go in. As we left the room for Hulkenberg, and we just run wide as we switch back in. Slight contact, but that was a very nice move there to stay ahead. He pits. He does pit. He thinks it's the right time, so he might have a bit of an undercut on us. I could take it to go a bit longer. I don't know. Lawson behind us now. He was in our fight. He's on the 2-stop. So we'll just, once again, let him by. He was all over the back of us, so have to run wide. The old hard's not very nice. I reckon we've got to go one more lap though. One more lap. So at the end of lap 18, we decide that we want to pit. Pit box is full because our teammates in, but that shouldn't be too long. Not sure what Mark's on. He's not gonna be in there, but now he finally understands. As Hadjar and Bottas just fly past us on the newer tyres, on the fresher tyres, the faster, softer tyres. As Leclerc just pitted his second stop, he sets a fastest lap in this one. Clearly some speed for the Ferraris. Mercs haven't really been in this one though, as much as you would have thought. We come into the pit here, someone else is in ahead of us, not sure who that is. Get the car slowed down, and you can see we come in once the tyre wear goes orange. Hopefully we'll have a good stop here. It's actually pretty good. I was expecting a pretty bad stop, but that was, yeah, faster than I was expecting. We are currently in second last, only in front of our teammate. 32 seconds behind us. That is ridiculous how slow he is. I know I expected him to be slow, but to be 30, what? Oh no, hang on, my bad. He's only 12 seconds behind us. Just hadn't updated. But that is still very horrendous, to be honest. I'm expecting a lot better things from him. As Hulkenberg, we were fighting with him. He pitted 2 laps earlier, and he's now 9 seconds ahead of us. Will the fresher tyres be able to catch us up 9 seconds? I doubt it, to be honest. I reckon we have made a big mistake. As we finish lap 20, there's quite a few cars in the pits. We're going to jump a fair few of them. Bottas, so he'll be in front of us on a fresh medium. Not sure why you wouldn't go for soft till the end from here, but not my race. We try to catch up to him on those fresher tyres, so he'll probably just be running away from us, which means we will finish behind the Cadillac. Not great. Probably would have expected to be ahead of them, but first race, still learning. As there's yellow sectors in the final sector, yellow flags in the final sector, as Alex Albon, who's out of this session, he was in the points for Williams as well, so that would be quite upsetting for him as well as the Williams team. Well, I'm not sure what happened. I'm assuming it's just a mechanical fault if he's pulled up there. Hang on. Colapinto's overtaken me on the yellows, no? That is surely a penalty. And he ran me wide into the gravel. What? How has he been allowed to do that? FIA, you are taking the P1 double five. As we do get Behrman on pit exit there. But that was ridiculous. Like, not sure how that has happened. But it has. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh my word, that was an absolute ridiculous move from us. We were miles back, shouldn't have done that, but we hit Alonso spinning. Save it though, not too much damage on the timesheet and no damage to the car, which is nice. There's yellows now. Is that someone out on the main straight? Someone behind us. It's Sergio Perez. Very late in here. Reckon it's a mechanical fault is what Mark's saying. Serious car issues. So late in their first race, and Sergio Perez, who was on the softs, on very well a good track to get into the top 15, and that happens. That would be absolutely gut-wrenching for them. Hopefully that doesn't happen to us now that I've said that. As we are starting to lose some grip there. You can see just sliding slightly out of that corner. Tyre wear, it's at 25%, so we shouldn't have much issues. But, yeah, maybe it was just my mistake. We now got Stroll right behind us. We're going to try to stay ahead of him. Should be able to. Technically we're the quicker car. And I'd say I'm a quicker driver than Lance Stroll, who shouldn't even be in F1, in my opinion. So as we start this penultimate lap, we have Gabriel Bortoleto right up behind us. We use all of our battery to keep him behind down the main straight. Probably should have let him go because now we don't have much to do through here. He's on that fresher compound of mediums. Our engine supplying team, we are holding him up. I mean, not much he can do anyway, but we are just trying to not come bottom two cars. As he goes around the outside here, can he get the move done? No, he can't. And he pulls out of it. I left some room for him, but he actually just pulls out of it so he can yo-yo past us. He goes straight around. Oh! Not sure what I was doing there. I just got caught napping and ran straight into the wall. We're right up behind him. Had to brake early to not absolutely smash into his rear. But now he'll probably start to run away from us as he gained 5 seconds within about 3 laps to get behind us. We will have overtake mode, but we got no battery to use. So even though we use it all, he will probably continue to just pull away from us now. We start the final lap. Lando Norris wins, means we won't get lapped. Only just. We will finish this race. Our teammate did get lapped and won't technically finish the race. However, Bordeleto's pulled away from us. Not much we can do. Clearly the car didn't have as much pace as we would have liked throughout this weekend. It means we will go back off the starting grid, which I don't think I've ever gone backwards unless I've DNF'd. So that is concerning signs, possibly. As we come around the final couple of corners, Lando Norris, the victor here in Australia. We won't come last only because our teammate has. But good first race, 2 cars finished. That's all we could have asked for, really.
Here he comes. It's all go, go, go for Lando Norris as he takes the checkered flag and wins.
Well, they kept us guessing during pre-season testing. We all wondered who it was going to be, and to have them drawn out here today, that they are the ones to beat, just goes to show that all the work they put in has really counted.
It's what every driver imagines when they start out on their long road towards Formula One. And for a lucky 3 today, here's the podium waiting for them. He raises the trophy over his head. Lando Norris, head and shoulders above the rest today. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
So there you have it. Lando Norris winning by just under 2 seconds. The reigning world champ starts his title defense off very well. George Russell, the man I expected to win, he finishes second with the man from Monaco, Charles Leclerc, behind him. And Alonso, despite the vibrations, he was able to get into P17 with Lance Stroll in P19. They bet us. Everyone bet us. Not sure how, because on paper their car is absolutely horrendous. And of course myself and my teammate 21st, 22nd, bottom of the pack. Our first race, I mean, it's not great, but we can only improve from here. I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching this one, and I will see you in the next one. for the Bahrain Grand Prix, I think it is. Thank you for watching. See you later.